Good evening, good afternoon. Gee, I don't even know what time it is. TikTok, we are here to do plant care tips, tricks, and all things indoor houseplants. That is what we're doing. So if you are in your plant era, come on into the greenhouse. I have over 600 houseplants inside here, and I welcome each and every one of you to join me in the greenhouse. It's nice and cozy in here. We got a waterfall, 500-gallon koi pond, and we are talking about all things houseplants. So come get your tips and tricks right here from me, Flourish Plants, and come join the leafy community that we have going on. They are a great group of people. So come on in and join us. Hey, V-Love. Hey, John Jones. Hey, OG. Welcome in, welcome in. Charlene swooping on in. Welcome in, all of you, to the greenhouse. Thank you for your daily, my friend. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you so very much. Oh, goodness. It is quite the Saturday for me. I'm usually not here on Saturdays, but felt like I needed to be here since so many of you have actually requested that I come back on Saturdays. So here I am. Let's get to know each other. Let's talk about houseplants. I haven't even turned all my lights on, but I think it's okay because we have so much sunlight coming into the greenhouse today. Where are you in your plant journey? Are you at the beginning? Are you deciding if you want to be on the plant path? Tell me where you're at. I want to know. This plant that's right here in front of me is a stingray philodendron. See, it looks just like the stingray. We named it Steve Irwin because, you know, I have that kind of sense of humor. Isn't that just the coolest thing ever? And she was looking a little droopy, so we gave her a bamboo stick that we use for checking our soil. If you don't know why you would check your soil with a bamboo stick, stick around. We'll tell you why. We'll teach you a little. Oh, my nose now is itching. Oh yeah. It's one of them days. So when this stingray first started, we had two leaves, this one and this one here. Now we have a whole new plant right here with two more stingrays on it. Hey, Grammy Marty, welcome in. And I've got one emerging right here. Happy I'm on? Well, thank you. I came on because so many of you sent me little notes and said, would you consider doing Saturdays? And usually I reserve my Saturdays for my plants and my family. It's time that my husband and I usually go, not Christmas shopping, go grocery shopping, clean house, catch up with each other. He spends a lot of time outside of the home for work. I spend a lot of time in the home for work, and it's kind of my chance to escape. But we made it to the grocery store this morning, and then I forgot, since he's now a semi-pro head coach for football, that starting this weekend, football practice begins. So he's a part of the spring league for a semi-pro league, and so he went off and did that. And I said, you know what, I can be what all of you have asked of me, and that's present here on TikTok on Saturdays. So we're going to give today a roll. We'll see how it goes. If we aren't doing as good as we normally do in the week, I probably won't do this anymore on Saturdays. But if we do just as good as we normally do during the week, or better, Saturdays will be a mainstay. All right, so you guys are going to help dictate whether or not Saturdays continue from this point forward in 2026. All right, so welcome in, everybody. My name is Sarah Lynn. I teach plant care house tips for your house plants. I worded that way jacked up, didn't I? I took me a nap and now I'm all jiggity jacked up. All right, let's try that again. I got the first part right. My name is Sarah Lynn. I own Flourish Plant Care. I teach you how to take care of your indoor house plants right here on TikTok. Hooray, we got through it. And this first plant right in front of me is a stingray. Not really here for any other particular reason other than I just literally put this stick into it and we're holding up this leaf so that she can collect all the light she needs and look all pretty. Since we have, hi Mary, how are you? Good to see you earlier today. And then we have this cute little one here that's just emerging and a whole new plant starting over here. Hey Francis, how are you? Happy New Year, everybody. So we're gonna put this guy right where it belongs, up over here, so it can watch all of our lives and check us out. So welcome in everybody. I have some repots that need to be done and we're gonna talk about that. This happens to be a Sigonium arrowhead. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna do a repot while we're here today. And if you're wondering, I'm always surprised when I see my viewers or people that I see in my room in another room. Hey Audrey, how are you? Welcome in, friend. Thank you for your daily heart me. Ooh, I don't even have a goal up there. Goodness gracious, let's fix that. Hey V Love, thank you for coming in. It is Saturday, right? Why does it say I have nothing done? What in the world? Come on now, TikTok. Don't be messing with me. There we go. All right. Let's see. What do we need to do here today? Who has questions about their houseplants? Let's drop that right down in the chat while I get this few little bit of housekeeping things out of the way. Thank you for your daily, my friend. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you, thank you. I was actually in Nicole, can't remember her whole title. We have Sigoniums, so we're gonna do a Sigonium repot. You wanna know Sigonium care? So that will definitely be a part of today's live in great detail. So Eva, stick around, get rooted in, join us in the greenhouse of 600 plants. We're gonna talk about a lot of things today. We usually do. I usually give you guys way more plant care tips and tricks than you thought there was even to having a plant. Thank you for liking the live, my friend. I appreciate you so very much for that. We are just getting started. We just came on. So we're kind of getting the shares out of the way. We're getting those reposts done. Hey, Travis, welcome in, super fan. How are you? How many times to repot my 5-foot fiddle leaf ficus? Fiddle leaf. Thank you, Mary. I do. Thanksgiving cactus was given to you with soggy soils and roots. Oh Lord. Thank you, Travis, for your daily. Very important. Thank you. If you want to be a part of the cool kid club, do exactly what Grammy Marty is down there doing, and she is sharing this live out by pushing on my glasses and going down one by one to all of her friends and saying, come on, come join a great planty community. We're easy peasy lemon squeezy kind of group with a lot of green leaves. Yes. All right, so the question at hand is about a Christmas cactus. Hey Calvin, how are you? Let's see, let's go with the first question we got here. I know it was about Sigonium, but I'm going to come back to that one because I'm going to do in-depth, so sit tight. The Christmas cactus question. All right, so does your cactus look like this? Does it have these types of leaves? Is it small with little bumps along it? Or is it rather large and in charge and have like points on it? All right, if it is smooth, like the first one, and small and oval-like, that is a Christmas cactus. All right, very important for you to know which one you have. Not that it changes the care instructions, it changes your plant IQ. All right, when it comes to plant IQ, if you tell someone who knows something about plants that you have a Christmas cactus, you have a Thanksgiving cactus, your credibility kind of goes, right? So let's make sure we're using the right terms. Thanksgiving cactus, yep, with the points. All right, so you said it was kind of wrinkly and had no roots on it and was overwatered. First things first, if it's really overwatered, take a tampon, put a hole in your soil and put the tampon in there. It will suck up all that water, all right? And it's only gonna suck up as much as they can suck up, okay? Number one. Number two, give her bright light, all right? That will help those leaves recover. You said they were wrinkled, and allow her to work through the rest of the water that's in there, okay? Now, if you choose to repot her, you could actually stress her out further, Stacy. So be mindful of that. And even if you do repot her, right up in a window, as close as she can get without touching it, okay? When plants touch glass this time of year, they contract all that cold air. You put your hand on your window. If it is cold to your touch, it is cold to their touch. Don't let them touch it. They can be near it and not touch it and be happy. But when they touch it, it's almost like they get like frostbite. All right, and they retract from it and they pull inward and they look like they are withdrawing or sick or need some sort of attention. Okay, those are the things that you're looking at. Okay, so hopefully I've answered your question. I know you had a Thanksgiving cactus. It was given to you and it was overwatered. Put it in different soil, but it's wrinkled. Just give her time. She didn't get wrinkled overnight. Give her time, but put her right up in that window, my friend, and withhold that water. Even though you put her in new soil, check that soil. Is it 50% dry? Even though it's brand new soil, sometimes it is still too wet. You don't realize how much moisture is actually within your soil. So check it, okay? But put it up in that window and give it lots of light for probably the next 2 weeks. Then you can give it that indirect light that it truly, truly wants. But that will help it de-stress a little bit, okay? Don't be stressed, okay? Put her up in that window, let her soak up that sunshine. You and the plant, relax. It's going to be okay. It might be a little bit of a bumpy start to your new relationship with her, but you guys will both be fine. Trust me, okay? Give her some time. Nothing happens overnight. All right, my friend, let's all get rooted in. Hand out, grab those dailies up there. If you're new to the room, grab the follow up there. Let's talk about plant care tips for your indoor houseplants. I have a couple questions down in the chat, and I'm definitely going to answer them. We're going to get to them little by little. All right? Thank you for your daily, my friend. You just woke up, my friend? Well, goodness. You would have missed me if I was on at my regular time. Good thing I was doing an afternoon show today. All right, somebody up here. Let me see if I can find it. How many times to repot my 5-foot ficus fiddle leaf? All right, so Gail Thomas, I hope you're still here. I personally do not recommend repotting any plant unless there are roots coming out the bottom or coming out the top, circling the top of the soil. All right. If you don't have that problem and it's been 2 years, it's okay to go ahead, pull them out and repot them. All right. But I wouldn't do it now. It's winter. Most plants have gone dormant. They don't like to be disturbed this time of year. And when you pot them and move them to a bigger pot, that gives them more space for root rot to occur because there's not enough sunlight out there to help the plant process that water. All right, I would leave them where they're at until it's time for roots to come out the bottom, roots coming out the top, or it's just been 2 years since you've had the plant. If you've only had the plant for a couple of weeks because it's brand new to you, never repot in the first 2 weeks. All right, always allow a plant to just be. All right, we got our flash goal. We're looking for 11 people to give the love you so much 1 coin down there. Can we get 11 people to do it? We got 31 people in the room. Who is going to kick us off? Thank you, Travis. Gail, I hope that helped you with your plant. Please let me know if it did, okay? If that helps make some sense for you. All right. I have a Sigonium here. This happens to be a Sigonium arrowhead. It was originally on my 6.5 foot Sigonium that I have trellised up here in the greenhouse. And we have gone ahead and put her in a new pot, and she has outgrown this new pot already. So we are going to do a little bit of plant care at this time of the year. Because we really don't want to totally repot her, but we're going to do a little something so these roots can get healthy again. All right, very important. If you have a lot of sunlight in your home right now, or you're using grow lights, you can repot, but repot with purpose, number 1, and number 2, be mindful that this can cause the plant to stress and or obtain root rot. All right, so just be mindful of those things. That's what we're going to take into consideration when we repot this guy today. All right, thank you for that. Love you so much towards the flash goal. I appreciate you. I hope more of you will help us out with that flash goal this morning. Plant is 4 years old. Gail, that's awesome. So if you have not given her new soil in those 4 years, yep, it might be time, but I would wait till spring because she's not showing signs of stress. So leave her be, just do it in the spring, okay? Thank you all so much. I went ahead and shared it out because I'm asking you to do it, so I'm going to do the same. Thank you so much for the love you so much, Mary. And I thought someone else threw one up there too, but I only see the one. So thank you so much. Thank you for the rose, Gail. I appreciate you. Thank you for planting roses in my rose garden. So we're going to get started with the care of this guy. And like I said, we're going to be very mindful that it is winter. And this really could shock the plant more than we really want it to. We are going to go up simply 1 inch on it. Usually we go 1 to 2, but because it is winter, we're going to go up just the 1 inch. So this is a 3.5 inch that it's in right now. We're going to go actually just up the 1/2 inch to the 4 inch pot. Thank you for your daily, my friend. A&M Art Studio, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you all so much. If you have plant care questions, drop them down in the chat, but make sure you give me a follow. I would greatly appreciate that. So what we're going to do with this Sigonium here that we have, I'm going to tilt you guys down so you can see what's going on and be a part of the mess that always happens when you are repotting plants. Let me grab a few things here. Grab some soil. Scoop it out and bring it on over. So I don't have to be up and down, up and down, up and down. I always bring over way more soil than I think I need. So we've got our soil here. Hey, J-Light, how are you, my friend? Hi, Shelly, welcome in. Thank you all so very much. All right, so what we have here is a Sigonium arrowhead. It has roots coming out the bottom. So we are going to very mindfully repot her, all right? Special lifetime, yep, it sure is, my friend. Look at the roots on this beauty. Not only are they long, but they are thick and healthy. Thank you for the help with the daily flash goal. Thank you, thank you. We got 3 out of 11 so far. So keep it going, my friends. Keep it going. We got 50 people in the room. let's knock that flash goal out, okay? We're not gonna shake all of the soil off of here because it is winter. I'm just gonna knock off just a little bit of it to make room for new soil. All right. I have just regular potting soil here this morning. That's all it is. There's been nothing added to it at this point. All right. The only thing I am going to add to the Sigonium's potting soil if I've been restocked or not. Whew. I have. Perfect. What I'm going to add is 1 small scoop of perlite. Now, if you have ever worked with perlite before, it is very, very dusty. You do not want to inhale this stuff at all. It can cause a lot of respiratory issues, so be mindful of that when you're working with it. You might see some of it fly up on the screen as we mix this around. Very, very dusty. They do make a dustless or low dust form that you can pick up too if you have respiratory issues and have that as a concern. So we just kind of mix that 1 scoop in. You see now it looks a lot more. With perlite, it'll make it a little bit easier to drain, and it also holds some of that moisture. It'll hold it back. Now everything will drain straight out. We're going to put just enough, hi Maria, welcome in, to cover just the bottom of the pot. We're going to take that plant with the really long roots that were coming out the bottom. We're going to set her right on in there. Move this out of the way so you guys can see. This is its old pot. We're going up literally a ½ inch bigger. That's all we're going. And we're going to just put in 1 handful of soil. We're going to shake, shimmy, wibble, wobble that soil on down. Let it kind of self-level, number 1. Number 2, we want that soil to get mixed in to all of that nook and crannies. Yep, no repots after October 1st or after we set back the clock, but this one had roots coming out the bottom that were super long, and it's not going up a full 2-inch pot size. We're going up a ½ inch, just a ½ inch, that's all. And this guy lives in the greenhouse, so it's a little bit different than in your house. All right. Shake, shimmy, wibble, wobble. We're gonna get him all set, tucked in there, and get those new roots all up in the pot. And we have lots of new growth on here, so we'll make sure that those new roots are protected. I'm not gonna fill it straight to the top. I'm gonna leave it right at this ridge. The reason I don't come straight to the top on most of my repots is because I'm gonna add to it when I'm done. So this, in all intents and purposes, was a very quick repot, and it is completely done. But I'm going to get 1 scoop here, 1 full tablespoon. I've leveled it off the best I can. And put in the micro biochar. All right. That has microbes in it and worm castings. I'm going to just spread that around a little bit. If you look super, super close, you see those little white flecks in there? That is the active little microbes in this biochar. And when I water it, that will become activated and they will move themselves down. Welcome, welcome to the greenhouse. Chica Love, I think is how you say it. Thank you all for coming in. So we're gonna water this guy, let him butt chug. Got water down here. That little bit of water will get absorbed, and when I feel it damp at the top, it usually doesn't take long. because the soil is usually pretty dry when I put it in, but sometimes when we get soil, it can be damp and you won't be able to water right away. But when I have microbes in there and that worm casting, you definitely want to water right away because that activates everything. All right, so we're gonna just let this guy sit and chill and soak up the water that's necessary. Vet for Ceasefire, thank you for the follow, my friend. I love my new plants. Oh, fancy plants now. Oh, you got your package, huh? That's awesome. So excited for you, friend. Heather and Avocado Queen, thank you for the follow. Your pothos is wilted. Is that a winter issue? It most definitely could be a winter issue, but remember, your plant might actually be drying out too fast with the dry air that we have in our homes this time of year. I want you to get your pothos. I want you to get a stick, all right? I don't care if the stick is a chopstick, a shish kebab skewer, a knitting needle, all right? We want a stick of some kind. And you're gonna grab your pothos and you're gonna go down 25%, actually, you're gonna go down 50% on that pothos, all right? So if this is my pothos pot and my soil is right to the top, I'm gonna go down 50% of the whole pot, all right? Stick my stick in, pull it out. If there is soil on there, Grammy watched for 500 minutes. You go, girl. You go, girl. If you stick it in and there's soil on there, it means it doesn't need water. But if you pull it out and it's clean like this one is, it means it needs water. All right. So 50% on the pothos in the winter, 25% in the summer. All right. If you need to, get masking tape out, put it right on your cup. Summer 25, winter 50. It'll be a great reminder and you don't have to remember everything. We still have our flash goal up here. We got 100 people in the room. Can we complete this? We got 3 minutes. We need 7 people to help us out. Will you be someone I can count on? So drop those 1 coin. Love you so much down there for me. Thank you so much. And Rain, I can't read your whole thing. Thank you. Maria, thank you. Travis is up there rocking the super populars. Thank you, friend. Charlene, Gail, thank you. Thank you all so much. When people have flash goals, you can only do 1 per person, and that's all that counts. You can send more if you want to, but 1 per person is all that counts. With newbie plants, I get a lot of whitish stuff around the rim. Looks like soft, fuzzy water spots. Soft, fuzzy water spots. I'm wondering if you're seeing mineral deposits around the edge or if you have, in fact, a pest. And that pest would be mealybugs. When you say fuzzy, that's kind of what it makes me think of, but it also could be just mineral. If you want to send me a picture of it, I definitely can help you with that. And I want to make sure that we identify the problem correctly and not treat it incorrectly and cause more stress or harm to your plant and more stress for you. Plants should not be a stressful business at all. It should be something that you enjoy doing and that brings you great joy to have joyful plants as well. You're welcome. Just send me a photo, my friend. We'll take a look at it. This guy is already damp to the touch. Good to go. Up the 1/2 inch, all tucked in, nice and neat, and got a little bit of biochar with the microbes and worm castings. This guy is going to flourish. What I need to do, because I mark all of my plants when I give them biochar. It's very important if you are using biochar that you mark your pots that there's biochar inside. The reason why, you ask, is you do not want to then treat this plant with any kind of pest control or neem oil, all right? You don't want to do neem oil on these guys because you'll actually unalive the thing you paid for, which is the worm castings and the microbes. they are working in there, and you want to encourage them to continue to work, okay? In my soil, I get round egg sac looking things. Even found them in a new bag of soil. All right, beach walker. So are you talking about this in your soil? Are you getting that? Is that what you're talking about? If you were to pick it up, does it turn to dust? Or does it stick to your fingers? If it turns to dust, that's perlite, and that is needed to keep moisture in your plant. All right, it's got very dusty. Nope, they are perfectly round and look yellow. Send me a picture. I want to make sure that we're looking at the right thing. But I always get a lot of people who think that the perlite in their plant is a pest, and it's not. Hi, Sandy. Welcome in, my friend. I'm so glad to see so many of my morning crew joining me this afternoon. I'm even more excited, though, to see all the new people popping in the room. Hey, Third Eye. Thank you all so very much. Did we knock out that flash goal? I think we did, because it's not up here anymore. So congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much. Goal ended. Did we get it? We were short. We were short. We were short by three. So, I mean, it happens. We're just not going to have that push now back out to the FYP unless we do it ourselves. So that's where we're at. Thank you for your daily heart me. Our flash goal just ended, so now we're working on this goal right here. My name is Sarah Lynn. I own Flourish Plant Care. I come on here usually 6 days a week, Sunday through Friday. Today's a bonus. I had so many people request that I come in on a Saturday that it just happened to work out that I could pop in today and do this live for you guys today. Good afternoon, Planty Christy. Hey, April, welcome in. We're talking about houseplants and how you can have them last not only a season, but how you can have them last a lifetime. Let's drop your questions down in the chat. Let's follow the host and help out with all the different goals. Planty Christy is here. I did say hi. What kind of soil do I use? I use can't name brand, but I'll let you connect the dots. You know, the soil that's a miracle. And I use the potting soil variety. They have the container, they have the garden, they have outdoor. I use the potting soil variety. That is what I predominantly use here in my greenhouse. I do add additional additives to it, whether it be orchid bark or perlite or sphagnum moss, living biochar we just used on the last plant. I use those types of things, okay? I bought a goldfish plant and a bird of paradise. Tips for care. Sure, let's start here, Maria, okay? April, thank you for your daily, my friend. I see you. Goldfish plant. They like an indirect view of the sky, number one. Number two, they want to be 25% dry in the summer, 50% dry in the winter. To get them to bloom, it usually takes a couple of years for them to be in your home and get used to you. Let me grab my goldfish plant and let's take a look at it. Oh, goodness. It's been a hot minute since I've had her on screen. So let's take a look at her, shall we? She usually hangs out over by the pond, so you may have seen her if you've been here before. She is very one-sided, being that only one side of her face is light. If you have them hanging in a window, this is very, very important. You want to make sure that the top of the plant, thank you, JJ, for your daily. I appreciate you. I want you to make sure that the top of your plant, when you have them hanging, is seeing the sun, all right? If this part of your plant is way up here in your window, it is not going to get sun. It is going to unalive itself very, very quickly. All right, that's a very common issue people have with their plants. Thank you, JJ. So very pretty, but if you've never seen these guys bloom, you're in for a treat. They look like physical little goldfish leaping out of your plant. They are just adorable. I don't even think I have any available right now. They go quick. So if I get them or I have enough of them to ship out, they go very, very quickly. All right. So a couple of things. If you have these naked brown spots, clip them down as far as you possibly can. Okay. These are energy vampires. Pull them off. All right. Now, if there is any leaf on them at all, leave it. All right, they're fine. They're a work in progress. Sometimes you get a lot of foliage falling off in the winter. It's perfectly fine. It's shedding its excess. It's kind of like getting rid of the weakest link, so to speak. All right. Next thing is watering them. All right. They want to be 25% dry in the summer, 50% dry in the winter. So it is winter. It's all good, my friend. All right, so I'm going to show you the back side here just because it's easier to hold her and you guys to see. So can I propagate it? You most certainly can. 50% down in the pot is what you want. So we're going to measure from the outside. My soil is right to the top on this one. Hold my stick at that point, push it down till my fingers hit the soil, pull it out. If it is clean, like this one, it's just like baking a cake. All right? You had to go look up the goldfish blooms. Girl, I wasn't lying. Aren't they just gorgeous? Simply gorgeous. You are just gonna water this guy. If your stick comes out clean like that, it's like baking a cake. That's how you know all the moisture has been used up. All right? So I'm gonna get some water here. Hot second. I got all this stuff piled up right here by my chair. It's like a minefield to walk through to get anywhere outside of the chair, because while I'm talking to you guys, I set everything right down by my feet. So that makes every time I get up a little bit of a jungle to get up and get to what I need to get to. Let me grab this right here. So J-Light, I need to know, was that sweater all that you wanted it to be for your plant? So I'm going to use my paper organizer that is actually for a desk to keep papers on. I'm going to use that as my watering tray this afternoon. I'm going to set this down here. I'm going to put my water in it. I'm using just straight rainwater, nothing else in the water. I'm going to butt chug this plant, all right? I'm going to just set her on in there. When this top gets damp like a sponge, that is when I'm going to take it out. Couple other things about this guy. If the soil seems like it is pulling away from the sides, or it just seems like it's not pulling any moisture up at all, almost becomes like hydroponic like, or I don't think that's the right word. Unable to absorb, take your stick and aerate it. That will help the water work its way up, and it will work in smaller chunks of the soil to hydrate it, right? It becomes very dehydrated. You could repot it, but doing this will save you a couple extra dollars and a little more time, so that you don't need to be repotting this. We really don't want to be repotting it this time of year if we can help it. Some plants need to be repotted regardless, because of whatever reason. Sometimes it's pests, sometimes it's new growth and it demands it. All, things that you have to take into consideration. For the most part, you want to withhold repotting this time of year, because plants will have a tendency to get root rot from overwatering, especially if you're a new plant parent. okay? Again, I'm just going to cut off anything that has no leaf on the end and is no longer being used by the plant. So it is not an energy vampire, and it can put it into new growth. A lot of times when you prune your plants like this, you will see a lot of new growth in the next month or so. We already have a lot of new growth on here as is, so this is really going to help give it a boost. All right. So the last time I watered this guy, I gave him the Flower and Bloom tea. I didn't have any steeped today to water it, but I'm using just straight rainwater. That has a lot of great properties in it already, but I will more than likely do the Flower and Bloom tea the next time I water. In theory, if you're going to use the Flower and Bloom tea, you can use it every time. I just don't have enough here in the greenhouse to water everything that I'm watering today. So we're just gonna do straight rainwater, and it will be okay, and it'll get a little treat the next time. If you guys can see, this water was all the way to the top of this container when we started. Look where it's at now. It is way down there. It is just sucking it all up. I'm gonna grab a little more water. Let me clear my path a little more here. But put some questions down in the chat. I am more than happy to answer them. As soon as I get some more water here, move a few more things out of my path. So I have a rain barrel here in the greenhouse. It holds about 45 to 50 gallons of water, and I probably have to fill my rain barrel once a week during the winter. I will fill it 3 to 5 times in the summer months to water all 600 plants. So yes. All right, let me catch up on some questions here. Hold on, let me catch up. All right. They are so interesting. It had a lot of blooms, but it still has some. They are. And if you really like the goldfish plant, look into the lipstick plant. You'll like that one too. Just beautiful, interesting blooms as well. Yours isn't blooming. Your goldfish plant isn't blooming. They usually bloom at the end of spring-ish time frame. But now's when you want to make sure that they're getting their optimal care so that they have enough energy to give you blooms. All right, mine has lots of new growth. Lots of new growth here. You can kind of see it. The new growth will be very, very green in the stems compared to the older growth. It's a little more of a muted green. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but you can definitely see it when you're up close with it. Hi, Tammy, how are you? Welcome in, everybody. Let's see. Rosemary and lavender tips. I have a green thumb with so many plants, but lavender indoor or out die. They are thirst traps, my friend. They do really, really well if you give them plenty of water. And it really depends, and they like it shady. It's kind of weird, but yeah. Is it just one that goes dormant? A lot of plants will go dormant. May not go dormant the whole winter, but they're going to go dormant for maybe a month or so. And that's perfectly fine. Yes. You hear water in the background because I have a 500-gallon koi pond here in the greenhouse with about a dozen koi in it with a waterfall. And that's what you hear running in the background, Sunny. In addition to, I'm also running the rain barrel right now to get me 5 gallons of water out of the rain barrel so that I can do more watering. Let me go turn that off before I have water on my floor. All right. So while this guy sucks it up, what is flower moon tea? Flower bloom tea, all right, is what it is. And it's by Third Eye Organics. And they are actual tea bags that you steep in water, and you can use them several times over and over. And it's got properties in it that help your plant bloom or get ready for bloom. It gives them that little burst of energy. Plants don't bloom unless all of their parts are happy. And what I mean by parts is their roots have to be happy. Their stems have to be happy. Their leaves have to be happy. When all of those parts are happy and everything has all the energy it needs, it takes that additional energy and pushes out a bloom. So that's what that means, all right? Kind of like a little extra kick in the pants, so to speak. Is it normal for my 5 to 6 month old pothos to only have 4 leaves? Should I have more than that by now? Depends on how much light it's getting. They really like an indirect view of the sky, but if you push them a little bit closer this time of year to almost a wide view of the sky, notice I said sky and not sun. Sky is what they're looking for. Then you might see some more. Being further back right now might be too low of a light. Move them a little forward because of our shorter days of daylight, and they will appreciate it a lot. All right. Thank you for the firework. Let's see. Sunny, I'm happy to answer your questions. All I ask back in return is a follow. So I think that's a fair trade. And if you're feeling super generous and you really like my questions that I've answered, give me your daily heart me too. That would be phenomenal. And then do the shares and the tip taps and all the other things. Those all things say thanks to a host. Growing a lemon seed tree from seed. Oh, girly. You're in for a very long committed life. It's 6 feet tall now. How long before it fruits? I bring it outside in the spring. Usually they say 2 to 3 years for citrus trees to actually fruit from seed. Every citrus tree and or fruit tree varies. Usually I've seen, the fastest I've ever seen one is 2 years, but I've also waited 5 to 7 for some others too. So patience is a virtue, my friend. Patience is a virtue. All right, so anything you put in your soil to deter fungus gnats? Sure do. It's called Bugnetics, and it's from Third Eye Organics. That will definitely help, but I also want you to know why you have fungus gnats. You have fungus gnats because you're over-loving, over-watering your plants. Fungus gnats love deep, dark places that are damp. What is your soil? A deep, dark place that is damp. The top 25% of your pot is where they want to live and lay their larvae and eggs. So by keeping that a little more on the dry side, you can help prevent having fungus gnats in your home. Number 1. Number 2, increase the airflow around your plants. If that means turning on an oscillating fan, a ceiling fan, whatever you have. I have a hair that keeps flicking down in my face. It's driving me crazy. I think it's actually tied to my glasses. There, I think we got rid of it now. Those things will also help deter fungus gnats, and that air movement will help dry your plant out a little bit more as well. So keep that in mind, Tammy Thomas, okay? Thank you again for those fireworks, my friend. Help us reach our goal up here. Thank you. Our tip taps. If you are someone who is a tapper, we like to get to 50,000 tip taps in the first hour, and we're already 49 minutes in. Where did the hour go? Wow. All right. You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. How do you revive a peace lily and get it healthy? Thank you, Granny. Thank you. It was good to pop in your room the other day. I do have one. It might be backwards, but I'm sure you can figure it out. My name is Flourish Plant Care, and I'm sure you know the rest of that as well. All right, so yes, ship plants all across the United States. I also have a 70-page ebook on there that you can instantly download for a small fee, and you get all of the planting knowledge and more in that book, even charts and graphs to help you be organized and help you work things out. A whole thing on pests, a whole chart on soils, why you need to add those things to your soil, what those things do for your soil, so that you understand it all, not just doing it because somebody on TikTok told you to. All right, I want you to understand why. All right, level 3, Granny, way to go. Oh, Grammy Marty, you got it a week ago. That's awesome. What's your favorite part so far? What's the one thing that you read and you went, oh, that makes sense, or oh, I didn't know, or oh, I need more info? Let me know. If you've gotten the ebook already, put down there, I would like to know more. That was an interesting fact, or can you go into more detail? Peace lilies. All right, so peace lilies like to be very wet. All right, in the summertime, you're going to touch their soil, and if that soil is damp, they are good. If it high, Vernell, if they are, it's wintertime, you want to go 25% down on that water, on that dryness. All right, thank you for your daily, Vernell. Thank you, thank you. So damp touch in the summer, 25% in the winter. All right, that's the first thing. Second thing is, when you have a peace lily, they like an indirect view of the sky. If it is in an east, south, or west window. If you gotta get the little compass out that's on your phone to figure out which way you're pointed, do that, okay? Because if you're in a north window, and that's the only one you have for your plants, they want a wide view of the sky. Very important, because they're not gonna get enough light otherwise to bloom, all right? And if you're reviving them, you're going to need to just have patience. Make sure you get rid of all of that stuff that is not doing well and clip it off as low as you possibly can. Very important. Vernell, 200 minutes already? You go, girl. So the other thing that I do with my peace lilies, just because I do travel, and with my 600 plants, I always have to have a backup plan or someone taking care of them. But when it comes to peace lilies, I don't have to worry as much because they're such a thirst trap. With 600 plants, they instantly become water cultured. And what I mean by water cultured is, I had one up here and I think I took it down. I think it actually went to somebody. Hi, Dottie, how are you? When you have your peace lily, pull it straight out of the soil, okay? Take it over to your sink, rinse all of that soil off. Take it to your shower if that's a better spot for you, all right? Get all that soil off, maybe knock the majority of it off first in your garbage can, and then rinse the rest off. Really work it all off, all right? Then you're gonna get yourself a bowl of some kind. Clear glass is preferred, all right? I tend to use glass fish bowls that I can get at like the thrift stores or Goodwill or maybe a yard sale. Take that plant, place it right in the bowl, and cover it with water to just above the root line. Leave her be. She is going to be fine. That is called water culturing your plant. Now, from this point on, all you're going to do is give it water to make sure all those roots stay covered. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Again, if it's a north-facing window, it needs to be a wide view of the sky. East, west, or south, indirect view of the sky, my friends. That's where it will be the happiest, okay? If it happens to be a variegated peace lily, that is one that has little white specks throughout the leaves. That one's going to need a wide view of the sky because of that white in there. Plants are gorgeous when they're just green. They're even more beautiful when they have the little variegated leaves. But the white spots on the leaves are actually energy vampires. So they need a little more light because that white part is just taking energy and not giving energy back to the plant. Very important to know. All right, hopefully that helps you with your peace lily. Let me down in the chat, okay? All right, cat lady, Christmas cactus is not blooming. Your holiday cactuses, whether it be a Christmas, a Thanksgiving, or an Easter cactus, they are only going to bloom when you give them the proper love when they're not blooming, okay? That means in the summer, spring, and fall, they are getting indirect view of the sky, and they are being watered at 25% in the summer months and 50% in the winter months. What I mean by that is from the time we spring forward to the time we fall back on the clock. That is summer months. Now, I know some of you are going, wait, that's like April to November. Yup, that's summer for a plant. Other time is winter, all right? It is, the hours have gotten very short with the sun. They don't process water, cut back on the watering, all right? That's what you need to be looking at. And that's why we strongly suggest that you check it before you water it. Otherwise, you can give your plants either fungus gnats or root rot or worse, both, okay? Very, very important. They will reward you with the, oh, I got a puzzle, hang on. Hosts get puzzles when the chat isn't moving enough or there isn't enough likes going up or enough gifting going on. That's what that tells the host. So just if you ever hear someone say that, that's what that means. All right. So Third Eye Organics is another small business that I collaborate with. They are here in the chat. They will answer your questions and tell you all the things you need to know about their product as well. Okay. And if you become a super fan, you get a super code too. All right. Cat lady, if you say you have a plant problem because you have too many plants, when you have more plants than me, then we'll say you have a problem because I don't have a problem. So it must be a higher number than over 600 plants, okay? I'm just saying. How do you know if you have root rot? One, you're going to notice it in the leaves. They're going to get very droopy and or yellow. Hi, Alice. Thank you for your daily, my friend. Or you're going to go over to your plant and you're going to smell something rotting. It's not going to smell like food rot. It's a musty, funny smell, and that is rot. I usually can walk into a room and go, I have rot somewhere and I have to find it. Once you smell it, you know it. Definitely for sure. But the plant will give you signs when it gets to that point too. Oh, Travis, you know I'm here to give you all the info that my brain has and all that brain sludge, as my husband calls it. So come on in and set a spell, you guys. I'm so glad to have all of you here today. We are doing the Dagon thing on a Saturday, which is not my norm, but I am so glad to have all of you in here and helping out. Does a few drops of peroxide in water hurt the plant? No. If you are doing water culture with your plant, that will actually help you to get rid of any algae you have and put oxygen back in the plant. Algae is a thief of oxygen, and that will help rejuvenate it. But you could get an algae bloom. What I do when I get a lot of algae is I'll pull it out, rinse those roots off really good. I never throw away my water. I might like wipe the inside of the glass and pull anything off that I can for algae, but I won't get rid of that water. I always just keep topping it off. Plants give themselves hormones and all that stuff, and they put it and they store it in that water when they're being water cultured. So it's important to keep that balance going and just allow nature to do its natural thing. If you're using tap water, make sure you're treating that tap water. Oh, J-Light, it's a treat to be here with all of you guys, that's for sure. Rosa in the house. Welcome in, my friend. How are you? Hope everyone's having a great Saturday. Thank you for sharing the live, Maria. Thank you for all the tip taps on the screen. We're at 30,000 so far, so thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for following Creations by Nisha. I think I got that right. Penny Powell, thank you for the follow, my friend. Creations, thank you for that daily. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you guys so much. We are also, I know some of my regulars are in here. Thank you, Rosa, for the daily. I appreciate you. Oh, and level 28. Woo! Girl, do we have you up here? We sure do. There's Rosa's name. All of my people who are over 20 in the room, they get their name in red. All the people in black over here. Hey, thank you, April, I think it is, for the fireworks. Everybody in the black over here, they are super fans. And my super fans know that it is worth every penny for that program. They get way more than just a great planty community to be a part of. I'm over 20 in age. Well, girl, you'll get there. We'll get you to level 20 in the room. You're at 5 right now. It won't take long. April, I have no... You want to go level up real quick? April's at 15. Oops, where'd you go, Travis? You're at 12. You guys will be there, and soon enough. Don't worry. To level up, that means your gifting has to increase. That's how that happens. You're trying to make it fun. You sure did, my friend. Thank you. Look at you, Travis. Level 13. You go. So what do you do if you've overwatered your plant? You have a couple of options, okay? Couple of things. You can put a hole in your soil and put a tampon straight in there. That will suck up water. Great idea. Very economic. You know, as you're feeling jealous, well, sorry, friend, but hey, it's a goal and it's a good one, all right? Do as you feel, all right? That will help, number 1. 2, give it more water, or not more water, more sunlight if you've given it too much water. That will help the plant kind of like kick it into overdrive and use that water up. Honey Bun, thank you for joining our fan club and your daily. I want to thank all of you for coming in, and I want to say hi to Gen X, Dana, Darlene Cannon, Linda, Angie, Laura, Mia, Stephanie, Kenzie, Chester, Steph, Simcat, Blue Girl, Geraldine, hey friend, Book Owl, Blondie, Mimi to Gabby, NC Deb, Marilyn Patterson, Marcella, Shirley, Bo Burley, Cindy, Trisha, Mimi Rocks, user 557-853-127-5505, D. Irene, Denise, Casney, Carmen, user 1508956, Goats, Sports, Skater, Darlene Jackson, Miss K, Sugar and Sprinkles, Burwell, Mickwife. The list goes on and on and on. If I said your name, you're here, but you're not checked in. And I would love for you to check in, okay? And if you can check in, that would be great. That means tap on the screen, grab the daily heart me, or grab a follow. Any of those that work for you work for me. Now we put this goldfish plant in water. We're gonna let it sit here until it is damp to the touch on top. All right, we've aerated the soil because it looked a little dehydrated, and it's not a good time to repot it. This can take hours, okay? This can take hours to happen. Again, I've already filled this thing twice. It has sucked it down again to about halfway down. What I'm going to do at this point, just so it's out of my face and you guys don't have to look at the hook the whole time, so I'm going to move it to another container, okay, that has water in it. and allow it to continue to absorb. All right. Somebody asked about poinsettias earlier. I'm going to grab my poinsettia and we're going to talk about it. Many of us have them this time of year. We either got them for decor around the house, maybe the church was giving them away, maybe we were given them as a gift, and all of that is perfectly fine. But maybe you would like it to last more than a season. Maybe you'd like for it to last a lifetime. BVD, thank you. BDV, thank you for your daily. So if you have a poinsettia and all of the red is starting to fall off, or maybe you got a white one or a pink one, you can still keep them all year long, okay? It is going to take a little bit of care from you, a little bit of love from you, and they will bloom again. This one is actually a couple years old already. It has rebloomed this year, only because I take care of it all year long. First thing you want to do, pull that cage that usually comes on them off, okay? That is only for shipping purposes. You don't need to have it in your home. It'll be fine. If you have cats and that's what's keeping them out of it, I understand, but this is a highly poisonous plant to your animals. Keep it out of their reach to begin with. All right. Second of all, they come with that beautiful bottom all wrapped in foil. Pull that foil off. Be careful though, from personal experience, it's full of water, you guys. So be careful how you pull that off so you don't fling dirty water everywhere. Done that a time or two, let me tell you. So what you're going to do once you've removed that foil from it and the cage, if you choose to, is you're going to put it in bright, wide view of the sky. That's step number one. Step number two, in the summer months, which is not now, we're in winter, you're going to touch the top, and if it is not damp to the touch, it needs water in the summer. These guys are going to be thirst traps. There were times in the summer, I would water her 2 to 3 times a day to keep her from being too dry, all right? But I'm also in a greenhouse where the percentage of humidity gets very, very high and the temperatures get over 90 degrees. Your home is not that way. But be mindful, they could be watered in the morning. You could check it when you come home from work and go, girl, I watered you this morning. What did you do? You know, it happens, okay? Especially when we have those high temperature days. All right, in the winter months, you're gonna let it dry out 25%. When they dry out 25%, that's when you're gonna water them again. It's best for these to be watered from the bottom so you're not getting water all over your leaves, all right? That's the second thing. I bottom water for a couple of reasons. Now, if you choose to top water, that's on you. I highly suggest bottom watering. All right, bottom watering means you're setting it in water and allowing it to butt chug the water up from the bottom. When is that done? When you touch the top of the soil and it's damp to the touch. That's when you can go ahead and pull it out of the water and put it back in its wide view of the sky. All right, does that sound easy peasy enough? So far, so good, right? Now, to get them to rebloom, you don't need to put them in the closet. You don't need to put a bag over their head or put them in your garage. They will naturally rebloom because they are used to getting that wide view of the sky. And all of a sudden, they're going to go, wait, where'd all my sun go? And they're going to start turning their leaves a color. They are not actual blooms. That is your leaf turning colors and making it look like a bloom. Isn't that a cool tip? This one happened to be actually curated and is copyrighted by a local nursery here that grows them for all over the US. They have the speckles in them, but they also do the white bloom at the same time as the speckled ones. Isn't that cool? They are like trees as you allow them to age. Yes, Maria. As you age them, look, the bottom starts to get woody. As it gets woody, it will climb up. These are actual trees or bushes in the natural habitat, okay? So you want to be mindful of that when it comes to your plants. It's not like something's wrong. That's what they're supposed to do. So just leave them be, and as they age, you will get more and more of a woody stem as it goes up. The newer stuff will stay green, and again, it will just age as you go up. All right, I actually have one starting right down here as a whole new tree right there. They're actually beautiful in nature. I hope you get to see them somewhere. Who else has questions about their poinsettia? I have a shamrock plant that is not standing up in the center. Does it need to be repotted? No, it probably doesn't need to be repotted, but you might have a something going on with your roots. So you could, I don't normally suggest doing this all the time unless you have a reason, but you might want to pull it out and take a look at those roots. See if you got some root rot going on. That's usually an indicator. Or you can go this route for a couple of weeks. Put it right up in a window, full sun, and see if that helps strengthen it up. Sometimes even a oscillating fan will make a plant perk up. It's weird how it does it, but it's like wind therapy. It makes them stronger, and they learn to withstand the elements a little more, and they get stronger. The roots get stronger, and then the top can perk up a little bit more. That would be where I would start, my friend. Start simple and then get more in depth as you go. They most definitely are beautiful as they age, for sure. They're definitely one of my favorites. One that was highly neglected this winter because I put her in a place in the greenhouse that I didn't check. And, well, she got a little wilted a couple of times. But as you see, they're very resilient. Most plants are. And actually, if you think about it, plants are just as resilient as you are. If you can grow through it and go through it, so can they. Anybody else have questions about their poinsettia? My leaves are falling off. I think it's been overwatered. Should I pull it from the pot and let it dry? Get it right up in that window if you're talking about the poinsettia. If you want to, go ahead and give it a tampon and allow it to dry out. But if that top is damp to the touch for more than a week, then I would worry. But if you want to just go ahead and put a tampon in there, that will help amend things very quickly. Or you can just let the plant process the water. Make sure you've got good drainage on the bottom. Okay, this guy just came out of water. That's why we're dripping. And allow her to dry out, okay? Put a fan on her. That'll help dry her out too. And you don't have the mess of repotting. I don't recommend repotting this time of year. The first time I did the dark light cycle, it didn't turn back red, even though I was religious. They will turn color if you have taken care of them all year long. As long as you give them care all year long and give them bright light, they will rebloom. Sometimes they rebloom off season, all right? And it's just because of the amount of light that they're getting or not getting at that time. Something triggers them to bloom then. So just be mindful of that. That's where I would start, making sure it's getting a wide view of the sky. It is 25% dry in the winter, touch damp in the summer, and a wide view of the sky. Start there, my friend. Eliminate anything on the plant that is not alive anymore and allow it to pull itself together. This plant I'm using, again, just straight potting soil with a little bit of perlite in there, and that is all I'm using. All right. Every plant is a little different, so just be mindful That's where I start with my plants, unless it is something else, some other type of plant that is usually not my base. But most plants, that is my base of potting soil, and just start with perlite, depending on any other things. All right, so let me set this guy over here. Let's see. Let me catch up on some questions here. Do I use my brain won't let me say that word. Oops, I don't know who I just invited. Sorry, didn't mean to. Please cancel. No, I use the soil that creates miracles, if you know what I mean, without name branding, okay? No. I don't want to co-host with anybody. Let's see. I think I got everybody. If I missed your question, please just go ahead and put it down there in the chat. I don't know if I have any moderators here today, but I am trying to watch very, very close. Any tips for sigoniums? Okay, so sigoniums, I have one right here. You're going to give them a wide view of the sky. All right. You're going to keep them 25% dry in the summer, 50% dry in the winter. All right. And I highly recommend using biochar as a additive to the to the soil. That will definitely help. You can use that with all of your plants, the biochar, but I found quick success with sigoniums and biochar. All right. I use just straight potting soil from the Miracle kind, and I add my additives to it based on the plant. All right. So that's what I use. Any other questions on the sigonium? Let me know. It would be better to use cotton organic, regular, PFA. It really doesn't matter because all you're doing is pulling the water out. Use what you're comfortable with. As far as the tampon thing goes, it works really well for a quick, like, emergency type thing. Otherwise, put it right up in that window. Turn a fan on it. Those things will help if you don't want to do the tampon thing. I never remember to keep tampons in the house anymore, so I use a lot of sunlight and wind to dry my plants out. Leanne from Texas, welcome in, friend. Beachwalker, I'm glad you appreciate all my advice. I appreciate you being here, my friend. Thank you for coming in. And Beachwalker, your account is private, so I can't follow you until you approve me. So just FYI, my friend. When do you use biochar? I use biochar every time I repot a plant. Every time. And I put right on the pot biochar so that I know that I've already done it with this one, and that one I am continuing to use it with. With 600 plants, I haven't gotten to all of them yet. I'm slowly getting to them all, and they're slowly all getting biochar written on the side, okay? All right, so you asked about Miracle Grow for your indoor plants. They're getting mold. Any reason why? Okay, so are you getting mold or are you getting mineral deposits? A lot of times with my bags, I set them out in the sunshine, and I let the sun kind of bake them a little bit. That helps eliminate any of the moisture that may have gotten into them from sitting at the big box stores. They do have little tiny pinprick holes in them, so water does tend to get in there. I don't leave it out there for days and days on end. I just pick a sunshiny day, lay it out on the cement, and let them and let the sun do its work. Thank you for the fireworks, J-Light. Gail Thomas, Grammy Marty, April Harding, and J-Light, thank you all for helping us accomplish that goal up there. I appreciate you all so very much for that. Thank you, thank you. Let's see, what's the next thing we're gonna put up there? Let's do this one. All right, our next goal is up there for y'all to work on. Just remember, I do only indoor houseplants, okay? Thank you, Gail. Thank you. Love it. The biochar that I recommend is going to be from Third Eye Organics. All right, that's the one that I use. He's here in the chat. He can give you all the 411 as well. Let's see. All right. Who else has questions? Down in the chat, please let me know. Happy to answer your questions. Chris Hill, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. You ordered another plant. Way to go, Neo. I'm excited for you. What plant did you get? 3, then also Bella and Coco. Hi, how you doing? Honey Bun, you got it. Cool, great. I'm trying to keep up on all the things. Neo, let me know what plant you got. Do you have, hold up, it scrolled up on me. Do you have any jasmine plants? Mine unalived after a year. I don't know if I have any in stock right now. I don't have one here in the greenhouse. I just took it to the store like 2 weeks ago. So, and it was tall. My jasmine, night blooming jasmine was 4.5, 5.5 feet tall. So she went to the store to maybe find a new home. Do you know about ficus? Sure, I know about them. What do you want to know about them? And which type do you want to know about exactly? That was fast. Oh, well, okay. About a half hour, 40 minutes or so.
Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever you're done, we'll figure out what we're doing.
All right. Love you. Mr. Flourish was at football practice, and I guess the team is not as dedicated as he would like, so he came home 3 hours early. Yeah, that's a little crazy. Wow! All right, let's see. Does notching work on a ficus Audrey? It sure does. My biggest thing with my ficuses that I have in the past is I will use kiki paste on them, and a little dab will do ya on those bad boys. So, but notching works really, really well as also. All right. Rescue from Costco, told it's a dinner plate about 2 feet tall, very bushy. Any tips? I would have to see it because I want to make sure that they actually labeled it correctly. So send me a picture. Where do you buy plants? Right up there. Don't know how well you can read it, but my name is Flourish. Notice the spelling. Plant Care, and then I'm pretty sure you can figure out the rest of the spot there. Yeah, you guys are all pretty smart. Another wandering dude. Oh, that's awesome. Love it. Happy for you, my friend. All right, let's see. You can also, with your ficus, if a leaf has fallen off in a place or one is weak, that is a good spot for you to put the kiki paste, number one, or you can put it in brighter light. You might see growth where that leaf fell off. That's what happened with mine. I had a bunch of leaves fall off due to a fungus. I treated the fungus, and about 1.5 years later, I came home from a weekend away, and she was starting all kinds of buds on it, and it's now filled back up from the bottom up. I also chopped the top just prior, about a month or two prior, and that forced energy down, and that forced it to regrow some leaves at the bottom. Yep. So yes, look at you rocking the stickers down there, Maria. How cool is that? Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys are liking the new stickers down there. That happened with mine and the leaf fell off a month later. New shoot started. Yes, it does. It happens often. So Rosa down there rocking the stickers as well. We got stickers for everybody. How do I use your sticker? It should be down there in the chat, or it should be down in the same spot you found those. They should be in there. If they're not populating, go out and come back. Sometimes just the swipe out, swipe in will work well. What water can I use for my plants? I have much iron in my water. Okay, a couple of things. I use rainwater for all of my plants. That's my first choice. If I can't use rainwater, I will use well water. If I can't use well water or rainwater, I will use spring or distilled water or aquarium water. Like I have the 500-gallon pond here in the greenhouse. I will use that water. It already has fish fertilizer in it. That works really well. It's kind of like a 2-for-1 deal. If you have an aquarium in your home, see if that worked for you, Rosa. You can scoop out water from that. That works really well. Or you know someone who has an aquarium, say, hey, the next time you're doing a water change, let me know. I would like to get that water from you. Most people just throw it away. Tell them you want that. You can bottle it up and keep it cold or in a dark place and reuse it on your plants. It works really, really well for that. Thank you, Rosa. Thank you. Still no. What? Still no? Still not there? What in the world? Who, is your app up to date? That's my next question. Aquarium or, well, you know, I use my aquarium to grow some plants, but there are fish in it. So yes, my husband and I are huge fans of fish tanks and things. So yes, I just tried noting it on the note, noting it in between the, and, oh, you just tried, okay. All right, I need a drink, y'all. Hold on. Thank you for the you're so awesome, Jaker Bear. Thank you, my friend. Your name throws me for a loop every time you come in, and I'm sure you get to laughing because you're like, she's talking about me, and I know it. Third eye, that is a lovely problem to have. Have lots of people asking about your products. So, let me pin you real quick. If you are looking for the Third Eye Organic product, this is your man right here, Clayton. It is a veteran-owned business, small business. He is super plant-friendly, obviously, but he's also very earth-conscious as well. Can't say enough good things about our friend, Third Eye Organics. April, if you're still in the room, can you check your messages, please? Thank you, my friend. But we do lots of love-aways here from Third Eye Organics. So just keep coming back, and when we do another one, you might just be the winner. Yes. Sunny, you're fine. If I can teach you about plants, I can also teach you about TikTok. So if there's something on the screen that you want to know what it is, or a term you've heard someone use, please, please, please ask me. I have no problem helping you out. There are some hosts who won't stop and explain things, but I want to explain things to you so that you can help be in the know. All right, Jaker Bear 61 got level 3. Way to go, my friend. Congratulations. Let's see. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. So let's see. We are also in the campaign that we have worked so very hard on already. What are we, 3 days in? We were at number 8 yesterday when we ended. A bunch of people went live after that. We started out today almost, let's see, 2 hours ago. No, hour and a half ago. And we were number 13. We're now number 10. So we're pushing our way back up, and we're making it difficult for all of those above to stay where they are. And we are knocking on number 11 or number 9. So keep going, guys. Keep sending those tip taps count. Every minute I'm on here counts. Helping out with the flash goals or the live goals, that helps. Or just sharing some love with me helps. All right, that's how that moves. Thank you, April. All right. 26 of 30 super fans. Yes. Yes, and then we've got our super fans, and we're working on that too. We want to get to 30 by the 12th of this month. If we hit 30, we will have 2 super fan lives already that you can participate in, and the 30 that are there will also get an extra little something from me, okay? If you want to know more about being a super fan, put it in the chat. Let me know so that I can help you out with that. I notched the ficus on the node and in between the node and below a fallen leaf. Give it time. Give it time, my friend. Make sure you stay on top of the light and the water right now. And now is also probably a good time to give it a little extra love. If you can get the biochar for it, that's a good thing. If you can get Clayton, what's the name of the product to help it right now? Their product names are not coming to me. But the biochar will definitely help for sure. Push those new blooms out. All right. Bugnetic. Thank you. It's like, I can't think of it, and I know I have it. Crazy. Do fiddle leaf figs get tall? Yes. Beneficials. That was the other one I was thinking about. Yes, mine was over 7 feet tall when I chopped her down to about 4.5 feet tall. They can get super tall. Just make sure you're giving them lots and lots of light. Hey, Nan, welcome in. Welcome in. Let's see. Yeah, they get super tall. They like indirect view of the sky, but they want bright light. All right. So be mindful of that. Have a monstera that is vining and not doing well. Have lost lots of leaves in a self-watering pot. April, what kind of monstera? A monstera deliciosa, a monstera anzonii, a monstera elbow. What do you have? Give me a little bit more info. You don't know. Okay. Well, hold on. I'll show you a few, and then you can tell me which one you have. All right. A monstera deliciosa is going to be huge. All right. Okay. You bought it at the W store. All right. Nan has watched us for 300 minutes. That's awesome sauce. All right, so let's take a little walk. No, not huge. Well, it's not huge yet. Mine wasn't huge either at one time. So keep that in mind. All right. That right there, this baby. Do your leaves look like that? That is a monstera deliciosa. Here's the whole plant. She is over 6 feet tall, 6.5 feet wide. She is ginormous. Her name is Andy, and she was the very last plant to move into my greenhouse because I was nervous as heck to move her. All right, so you said no to that one. All right, this is a monstera cobra. Does it look like that? All right, and let me see, I'll show you guys the plant wall. Got tons of plants here in the plant wall, over 150 plants in the plant wall. Let me see. Anzonii. Let's see. See if I can get to it so that you guys can see it. Oh, here we go. There's one down here. I thought the only one I had is up there. Look like this. Small leaves, small fenestrations. Yes, Sunny, you are. When I say I have 600 plants in my greenhouse, I am not fooling you. I have the receipts. I definitely know what I'm talking about when it comes to plants. To keep all of these guys alive, you've got to be on your A game. Okay, so you have a Monstera Anzonii. All right, that's what you have. You love my plant wall. Hang on, let me back up. I'll give you guys another look. J-Light loves seeing the plant wall, and I don't show it all that often, simply because my internet sometimes gets a little wonky. But here you go. She needs a little pruning right now, but she's doing really, really well. So that is like the very established end of the plant wall, and now we're growing this end of it as well. And for those of you who have Thanksgiving cactuses and don't believe that sun stressing is good, check her out up there. She's huge and tons of blooms. That is a Thanksgiving cactus there. She is very, very large and pretty. Very pretty. All right. So the Monstera Anzonii, you're going to want to give her a little more light than just an indirect view. You're going to want to give her like a little more indirect to like bright light type of thing, or a wide view, kind of in that happy in-between place if you can. Number one. Number two, they love to climb and they love to hang. All right, so you're going to want to trellis some of it, maybe give it a mullet. All right, party in the front, trellis it up, and our business in the front, trellis it up, and party in the back, let her hang down. Do no Monstera in my shop. I don't know what's in the shop right now. The TikTok shop is under heavy renovation right now. The best place to go is there. That is not as being renovated as much as the TikTok shop is. I have to follow their new guidelines, and things have to be completely reworked in order for them to allow it to be there. All right. If you're looking for the ebook, or I actually have some planty gear for you to wear as well, when you go over to there, go to the left-hand corner is the hamburger button menu. Click on that and say shop all. That will drop down a couple of categories for you and kind of filter all the other stuff out. And then you can just go to the shop plants. All right. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you for being a part of it today. Plant jewelry has its own section. Hey, Maddie, how are you, kiddo? I hope those chores are getting done. Thank you. For your daily, my child. Thank you. All right, so your Monstera Anzonii, like I said, you can prop her up, trellis her up. Well, then is it on the list? If it's on the list, I can't help you because I don't know. We don't have it. And I know that. Football did not go well. It is not on the list. I just went shopping today and it was not on the list. So try again. All right. Take your happy tail on over to the store and get some. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. So if you are at Flourish Plant Care, F-L-E-U-R-I-S-H, you will see, I'll do it really quick. Up here, that's your hamburger. That's what a hamburger looks like. That 3 lines in the left-hand corner. And you should see shop all and shop plants. Yep. Hopefully that'll help you out. You're welcome. Did you find it now? Some people don't know that that's what that's called. They're looking for an actual, like, McDonald's hamburger up in the left-hand corner. Nope, it's those funny little lines. That's what they call a hamburger menu. Yep, that's what that is. Learn something new every day, right? I don't know why they just might as well just go ahead and call it a Big Mac up there. I don't know. No, I'm not joking. That is what they're called. If you look at it, it is what, 3 lines? So it's like bun, burger in the middle. I mean, it's a hamburger, right? I mean, everyone can relate to that. So yes, that is where you can find some more goodies over there. So feel free to check all that out. I'm always adding to the page, and I'm revamping the TikTok shop right now and moving things around there and getting all the criteria met that TikTok requires. I am a one-man band except for my ship house, so most things rely on me to do them. I'm here 2 hours every single day, and I have 600 plants to take care of. To do everything else takes a small act of Congress sometimes. Have I talked snake plants tonight? I have not. Yep. But we can, my friend. Always can. Let's grab the snake plant right here. Woo. Try not to knock the sign down. Instead, I knock down plants. Hold up. Plant down. Plant down. Hold up. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's get him. My poor little ivy. All right. How to harvest the babies on these guys. First and foremost, on your snake plants, you don't want to harvest a baby on here till it's half the height of the mom. That's number one. Number two, I would wait to harvest them until spring. At this point in the year, unless you're having problems because it's overcrowded. They really do like to be root bound. So it would actually benefit them to stay that way. But if you can't stand it because your pot is getting like contorted and things, I understand. But I would definitely wait till spring. They need to be half the height of the mom plant. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull the whole plant out. You're going to follow that secondary pup down, and you're going to remove all of the soil around her, and then you're almost like going to break it. And that, yeah, she's pushing the pots out. Yeah. Honestly, Clayton, she would be fine until spring. She-Wolf, I see you. I'll get to you in just a second. I'm answering somebody else's question, and I'll come right back to you, my friend. She'll be fine till spring, but if you can't stand it, go ahead and pull her out. Follow that pup down through the dirt, and it's actually like a thick root that kind of like runs as a tube between the two plants. You're gonna either cut it or snap it. I have poor luck snapping them sometimes, so a lot of times I'll just take a super sharp like steak knife or butcher's knife and whack it. And you know, a machete will work just fine too. But yes, that will work with your snake plants. If you have a snake plant and you're struggling with it, all right, make sure you're allowing them to be 100% dry all year round. These guys thrive on neglect and drought. So take your stick, put it in all the way to the bottom. You don't even have to measure anything. Pull it out. And if there is no soil on there, then she is ready. That's scary. Yeah. Yeah. It does sound scary, but it's really not that bad, my friend, at all. And hey, it's content, so record it, okay? All right, She-Wolf. Hi there. You need help, huh? All right, let's see what you got. By the way, if you guys have private accounts and you want people to follow you back, you need to either make them you need to make yourself a non-private account, or you're going to need to approve people. A lot of hosts will not follow you if you have a private account. I've had quite a few people here lately join the Superfans. I can't add them to the Superfan chat because they have a private account, and then they don't get all the benefits that they're paying for. And I have no way to reach you because I can't message you either. So just keep that in mind if you have a private account and you want to be more a part of some of the rooms you're in. That's holding you back from allowing that to happen. Just FYI. I've had this butcher's broom plant for a month now, and leaves look like it's rooting. It very well possibly could be. I don't want to venture to say too much more without seeing some pictures to make sure that what you're describing and what I'm thinking you're describing are one and the same. So if you want to send me a couple snapshots in a message, I can definitely help you out, okay? Hopefully that helps you out, She-Wolf. Happy to have you in the room though. So welcome to the greenhouse. Hope all of you who are new to the greenhouse are finding that you want to come back to the greenhouse. We are here usually Sunday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. We're early birds. We get in and get dirty first thing in the morning, so come on in. I have a money tree plant. How do I transfer to a bigger pot? Ruth, first things first, I wouldn't repot this time of year unless you absolutely have to. Number two, money trees love to be root bound. They are not a fan of being moved around. So think carefully if you want to do this, because it will cause her great amount of stress to just be moved, let alone to be repotted. So think about that too. Springtime, you will get a little more grace out of her because she will have the light to console her when she's stressed out. All right, so that's what I would do. But if you're going to repot her, squeeze the sides, 2-inch pot, no bigger than that is what you're going to go up in size from what it's currently in. I recommend leaving all of your plants in a nursery pot and using a decorative pot to go over them. They get more aeration that way, and money trees really need a whole lot of aeration around those roots. So the drainage holes on the bottom are very, very important, okay? Great, She-Wolf. I will look forward to your photos, my friend. If you don't know if your account is public and or private, look and see if you are approving people who request to be your friend. That means your account is private, and you'll need to go in your settings and change that if that's something you want to change. If you are not approving people and they all of a sudden it just says you have these new followers down in the notifications, that means you have a public account. All right, so just so you're aware of the difference. Some people don't realize that they have set their account privately, and maybe they did that in the beginning while they were learning TikTok, and now they're not, and they're comfortable and they want to make friends, and they're like, hey, how come no one's following me back? That is exactly why. The minute some hosts, not all, some, the minute they see that you're a private account, they will go back and take back their request, because private account sometimes means like that you're not a person. So just be mindful of that. I'm Sweet and Sassy. Welcome in. I'm Sweet and Sassy too. How are you? Thank you for sharing the live, Gail. Thank you for liking it, you guys. Thank you so much. We are doing a bonus Saturday live. We're going to keep going with the Saturday lives as long as we see growth and or interactions. From today's, I say we'll probably have another one. It will be a pop-up. It will not be scheduled. I'm just going to Swiss cheese it on into our Saturdays, probably while he's at football. But if only 7 more people show up at the next practice, I don't think there's going to be a football season. Hey, Terry, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Thank you for your daily, my friend. I appreciate you. Was there anybody down in the chat? Was there anyone in the chat who wanted information about the super fan? We're working towards 30 super fans by the 12th of this month. So if you want to help with that, let me know down in the chat. Any of my super fans can answer any of your questions about that. And if they don't get to it before I get to it, I'll answer it, all right? Is there a benefit to using rainwater to water your plants? Yes. In my opinion, the answer is yes. Think about it. The tropical rainforests operate on what? Just rainwater. No one's out there throwing fertilizer and all the things. So rainwater is like the water of the gods. So use that. If you can't use rainwater and you have snow right now, go ahead and put it in some buckets, allow it to melt. Strain it using a colander. Sometimes you get little black particles and things. Don't know exactly what they are, but I don't want you putting that in your plant. So that will work too. If you need to use tap water, go ahead and boil that tap water. Allow it to cool for 3 to 4 hours. Hey Angela, I know water doesn't take 3 to 4 hours to cool, but you're allowing for more evaporation of those chemicals that were stirred up that our municipalities put in our water, and allowing them to work their way out. All right, so that is some tips and tricks on water for your plants. Angela reached level 5. Congratulations, my friend. Distilled water, spring water are great for your plants, reverse osmosis, or aquarium water. If you want to use tap water and say, hey, I don't have time to boil it all the time, you can buy the aquarium conditioner that you would put in like a fish tank. You'll find it over in the pet section. You can follow the directions on there. Every brand is different, and add that in. Hey, Zeely, how are you? Welcome to the greenhouse. And add that to your water, and that will help condition the water, and it helps with some of the chemicals in there that can be a little hazardous to your plant over time. And over time could be a year, 2, 3 years, but over time that will catch up with the plant because the mineral content will build up. My Aglaonema picture tricolor just opened its new leaf. That's awesome. I'm so excited for you. Who else has beautiful plants? Thank you, Gail. I appreciate you. We got to our halfway point up there. Thank you, friend. Yes, and if you have not had your well water tested, go ahead and get it tested. You might find some things are a little off that would actually cause you harm, but also can, yes, send pictures in the chat. Not in the chat here, but in a DM, all right? That's where you can find them. I gotta run. Thanks for all the knowledge. Catch you next time. I'll see you then, Mary. Thank you. If you are having problems getting coins or whatever like that, you need to run an account check. 9 times out of 10, that is the problem with your inability to purchase coins. It's usually not the card attached. It's usually the account check needs to be done. I found myself rearranging potted plants in the grocery store. Is that bizarre? If I was doing it, my husband would say it's bizarre. But J-Light, I would say no. I mean, I go in the store. I worked for many years in clothing retail. I still go in the store and and rearrange their stuff or refold their jeans or put the pairs of shoes next to each other. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just, you know, maybe it's just an organizational thing. I don't know. If I look at things and I see chaos, I tend to want to either run away from the chaos, especially if it's my daughter's, and if you know her, you know. But if it's something that I can fix and it just takes a minute and no one else is doing it, I'm just going to do it. That's just me. I tend to try to leave a place better than what I found it. I clean the table eating out. Charlene, I feel you. Yeah, I mean, you know, I know these places all say they're hiring, but are they really hiring? Sometimes they just put the sign up, but they're really not hiring anybody because they're watching their budget, or so-and-so at the top wants a bigger bonus. And if they don't hire and replace somebody, that money's in the budget. You know, I mean, there's weird logic for all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I scoot stuff to the outside edge. Yep. Green Day, Third Eye Organics. Thank you, Gail, for the "you're so awesome." It's true. I know. It's crazy logic, but it's what they do. Sunny, you got doggy duties. I understand that completely. I have 2 four-leggeds as well, and sometimes I have foster dogs running around here. But right now we are taking a little fostering break and enjoying life without a pup in the house. So yes, enjoy the 4-legged. Give them an extra scratch behind the ears for me, or a belly rub. Thank you for coming in and joining me in the greenhouse. I hope you'll consider joining me again. Even if you can't every day, stop in when you can. Yes, Penny was officially adopted. So she is officially with a new family now. And we're waiting for Lenny's papers to be signed. He has another week in trial. Can you believe it? It's only been a week. He's got another week in trial, and then they have to sign papers, or he comes back to me to find a new home. So we shall see what happens for him in the next couple of days. They may have signed papers and I haven't been notified. That happens a lot too. So when I do fosters, I work with a local rescue that finds foster pets that are in kill shelters, and we help them find a second chance at life. Most of them are puppies that we get. We're talking 3 months or younger. We had Mr. Lenny for 3 months. He was 6 months when he left us. We also had his sister Penny. They came from the great state of Louisiana, and them, along with 3 other siblings of theirs, were all placed in my local area into homes, and have all found adopted families. So that was a wonderful thing at Christmas time. So who else has questions about house plants? I am here to give you all the tips and tricks so they last not just a season, but a lifetime. Great. I will take a look at that as soon as this live ends, my friend. It might take me a little bit. Every time I go live, I get a ton of messages. Yesterday when I got off of here, I had 119 messages to go through. So don't fret if I don't get to you right away. But I will get to you soon, okay? I promise. All right, you guys. We are starting to wind down a little bit. We're going to be hopping off of here in about 5 minutes or so. So if you have your questions, if you've been like, I'm afraid to ask, or I'm afraid to send her a gift, now is the time to do it, my friends, because we are almost done for the day, okay? Let's see. Who else has questions? Who needs to know something about a plant that they have in their life, or a plant that they're thinking about getting? Or tell me something that you learned today that has you excited to get that plant. Perhaps you had never seen a goldfish plant before, or didn't know they had a lipstick plant. Didn't know how to take care of a snake plant. Or you just kind of went over here and you did a little browsing and you were like, wait a minute, what is that? Tell me what that is. I need more info. What do you think about Hoyas? I love me some Hoyas. This is a Hoya compacta. You can't even see the whole thing here. She's all up there. This is a Hoya rope. They are beautiful. If you get a chance to see one in bloom, the popcorn blooms on them are gorgeous. They will put out long runners first and then add leaves. So don't get rid of those waters, the runners, okay? That's where your leaves are going to come. They like a wide view of the sky. They like to be ignored until they have blooms. And then they're like, put the spotlight on me, my friend. So yes, there you go on the Hoyas. I also have 2 flapjack leaves that I didn't realize are almost impossible to prop. You can repop them. They just lay on top of the soil though. If you have a leaf, you just lay that on top of the soil. It will take care of itself. It will grow new ones. It'll use all the moisture that is in that leaf to create new ones and to grow roots right from there. They are not impossible. It just takes a lot of patience. We potted the rubber tree babies. What's the watering like with those? That's 25% in the summer and 50% in the winter, depending on the rubber tree. Every variety of them is a little bit different. Some are 50% in the summer and some are 75% in the winter. So just send me a message if you know which one it is. How do I know when to water my snake plant? Get yourself a stick, shish kebab skewers, knitting needles, all that kind of stuff works. Chopsticks work really well. So you're going to take your stick with your snake plant. All right, and you're going to take your stick and put it all the way to the bottom of the pot and pull it out. If you do, and there is no soil on there, see I got a little bit of soil down there on the tip, that means there's moisture in the pot. and you don't want to water it then. You want this guy to be 100 bazillion petrillion percent dry all year round. Doesn't matter if it's summer or winter with those guys. They like to be dry, dry, dry. Hey, Nicole, how are you? You've got me nervous. Yes. Let's see. Terry, you watch for 200 minutes. That's awesome. Where is the Mardi Gras covered tree? It's in my yard. I will take pictures when it is not so gloomy, gusty outside and get some of those up on the content for you guys. Mardi Gras is almost in full swing, so we are going to be adding some more magical beads to the tree. Yes. Let's see. How do I take care of a shining star? Hoya. All right, so your Hoya needs to have bright, wide view of the sky. Number one. Number two, you're going to water it in the summer at 25% dry and 50% dry in the winter, all right? More dry than more wet is the key with Hoyas, and wide, wide, wide view of the sky. Get to your plant's leaf level, all right? If at the leaf level, it sees a wide view of the sky, like this guy sees the whole camera right now, that's what it wants. If it's over here and it just kind of sees a little bit of it, that is an indirect view of the sky. It's not what it wants. It won't bloom there, okay? Bone dry. Yes, my friend. Bone, bone, bone dry. Do I water in the center of the funnel of the snake plant? No. Please do not water in the center. That will create rot from the inside out. All right? When I water all of my plants, I water from the bottom. All right, watering from the bottom does a couple of things. One, it makes your roots very, very strong because the water is where the roots are. They're at the bottom, okay? Two, I'm helping to prevent fungus gnats, them pesky little pests that everyone seems to have around their plants. Totally preventable. Keeping that top a little less wet is a good thing. All right, and three, watering from the bottom ensures that all of the roots are getting their amount of water that they need. All right, 100% wet when it is 100% dry. All right, getting their leaves wet sometimes actually will cause them to rot faster. So watering from the bottom will ensure that you don't do that. All right, and your plant will be very, very happy. I have a common hanging plant that will only grow in length but not full. Common hanging plant. Are you talking about a pothos? Does it look like this guy right here? Just long and viney? It's a pothos more than likely. If it's growing in length but not full, it's because the top of the pot is not getting sunshine. All right, try that. Fern's losing its leaves, T. It's because they're inside. They are uber thirst traps, my friend. They love to be wet, 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 wet. And they also love wide views of the sky when they're inside. When you put them outside, put them in the shade. They don't want to handle the sun when it's like right there in their face. It's like when you meet a new celebrity that you've dreamed about meeting, you all of a sudden don't know what to do with yourself. It's the same thing with a fern. You put him outside in the sun, he's like, oh wait, I don't really want the sun. Put me over there and I'll watch from a distance. That's exactly what they want. I do have a video on ferns as well, if you want to check out some of my content. With bottom watering, hang on, with bottom watering with a terracotta pot, can you do that? Hey Tara, how are you? I just looked at, so terracotta naturally wicks away moisture and holds the moisture within the pot, but they should have a hole on the bottom for drainage, so it will absorb it. It's just going to absorb way more than it probably needs because that terracotta is going to wick it away. Terracotta is not my favorite thing in the world, especially if you're new to plants, because it's got a little bit of a learning curve to it. So check it before you water it, and then you can bottom water it if you want with the terracotta, or maybe you want to look at repotting it come spring out of terracotta. That's your choice, but I'll give you a couple options on that, okay? Jaker, 100 minutes, way to go, friend. Snake plants getting a new leaf, you're doing something right, my friend. They only give you that new leaf when all the other boxes are checked off. Pixie, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for your daily, Tara. I appreciate you. Thank you, April. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Let's see. Who else did I miss down in the chat? Let me know. If I missed your question from a while ago, go ahead and repost it for me so that I can get you before I pop off of here. Anyone else get one of those frosty ferns that's actually moss? I don't have any frosty ferns. Thank you, April. Look at you with all those marks of love. Thank you. Appreciate you, my friend. Look at you leveling up to 16. Travis, are you still here? She's level 16. You better catch up, friend. Let's see. Yeah, it needs to be in a terrarium. That's usually where they are. I don't carry them for that reason, that people just kind of get them kind of a little funny with them in their, they're not very, in my opinion, new plant parent friendly. Thank you for that mark of love. Look at you. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you. Thank you to April Harding, Rosa, Gail Thomas, and Tara for all the marks of love. I appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you. Let's see. Put this up there for right now, because we're almost done for the day. Thank you so much. How long do you bottom water for? So you're going to bottom water any plant that you're bottom watering until that top feels damp like a sponge. That's how you ensure that 100% of those roots are wet. All right. So let them sit. Some plants take 8 hours. It's kind of an easy thing to do. Let them soak up the water, go to work, do chores, go to the store, make your bed, whatever it is that you want to do. Look at you guys are going crazy. Thank you so much. Prop, hang on. My prop snake plant doesn't have roots. It's been 2 months. All right. Did you cut it in a V or did you cut it straight across? If you cut it in a V, give it some more time, and add a cap full of hydrogen peroxide to your water. And make sure that that V is completely covered in water to the top of the V. If you give it too much more, you're going to rot other parts of it, but it needs to be covered to just the V. And if you can put it in a clear container, that will help even more, okay? Thank you all for helping out with that goal up there. Maria, April, and Charlene, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. All right, let's see. All right, y'all. I'm going to call it a day. I'm not even going to set another one. I appreciate all of you coming in and joining me on this pop-up live today. I will be back in the greenhouse tomorrow with my 600 plants in tow at 8 a.m. Eastern, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the greenhouse another time. If you are interested in anything, other questions, feel free to send me a DM. I will answer all of your questions one time for one particular plant, for nothing after that. I'm gonna either direct you to become a super fan so you can get in on a plant consultation, or to go ahead and sign up one through my company. Again, my name is Sarah Lynn. I'm with Flourish Plant Care. Get all of your engagement points up there. Don't leave them behind. They do not wait for you when you come back. All right, and you deserve every point that you earned up there. So grab them, and we always close all of our lives with stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to each other, and above all else, my friends, keep flourishing. Until then, have a good